Hi, I'm Rabbi Michael Lerner, the editor of Tikkun magazine and the national chair of a new interfaith organization called the Network of Spiritual Progressives. For the past 5,000 years at least, there's been a struggle going on in human consciousness between two worldviews. One worldview that tells us that we are thrown into this world by ourselves, that we find ourselves in constant struggle with the people around us, and that the only way we can actually protect ourselves or take care of ourselves is to get domination over others before they get domination over us. That leads to a way of thinking that sees the world through the framework of fear and looks at other human beings as a fundamental danger. From that comes many consequences, including a view that one can only find safety through domination, control over the other. The other worldview is one that says, no, we didn't come into this world by ourselves. We actually came into the world through a mother, and that our first experiences in this planet were experiences of a mother who was caring for us, even when she didn't have a good expectation of a reasonable return on her investment of time and energy. And so our first experiences are of receiving love and caring that are given to us for its own sake. And from that comes a different worldview, a worldview that says that we actually are in a world in which people can have loving and caring relationships. And we can be connected to other people and find security, not through domination, but through caring for each other and through mutual alliances that benefit all of us. So these two worldviews are in constant struggle. Most of us have heard both worldviews, and most of us have both views in our head. The worldview of fear and domination, and the worldview of hope, the worldview of love, the worldview that says that things can be okay and that we can look forward to a safety and security through cooperation and generosity. And that has led us in the Network of Spiritual Progressives to argue that there's a fundamental mistake in the way that American politics is being done today, and in particular, our foreign policy. We believe that instead of seeking domination over the world as the only way to achieve Homeland Security, that we would be far more effective if we were to develop loving and caring and generous relationships with the peoples of the world. Now, of course, the first reaction to that is, oh, that's so naive. Everybody is out to hurt us. Yes, that's the voice of fear. That's the voice of domination. But many of us in our actual human relationships know that when we start from that position of fear, we often generate the very things that we are afraid of. That is, when we act as though other people can't be trusted, they pick that up and act as though they're not going to be trusted. And so they protect themselves by trying to get an upper hand on us, just as we try to get the upper hand on them. Conversely, when we are in relationships where we treat the other person as somebody that we can trust and that we can care about, they pick up on those vibes and they respond in a loving and caring way. Well, it turns out that the critical reality about other nations is that they're human beings just like us, and they have the same needs and the same sets of alternating voices between fear and hope. And our task in foreign policy is to support hope. That's why we're calling for, in the Network of Spiritual Progressives, a new paradigm for American politics and American foreign policy, a paradigm of generosity. The way that we should approach the world is not by imagining that Homeland Security can be achieved through domination, but rather Homeland Security can be achieved through generosity and caring for others. And in particular, we have developed a global Marshall Plan to try to end poverty and homelessness in the world. That approach to the world is far more likely to generate our safety and security than endless expenditures on war and preparations for war. So this is Rabbi Michael Lerner, editor of Tikkun and national chair of the Network of Spiritual Progressives. If you've been stimulated in any way by this discussion, please go to the other clips online and listen to them as well.